You get to upset your previous self. It is totally okay to upset who it is that you were, who it is that you embodied before. It is totally okay to let go of that version of you in order to embody who it is that you're evolving into. Trust me when I say that perfectionism wants you to keep attached to who you were. Oftentimes, you have put hours, you've put days, you've put weeks, months, years in creating the previous version of you. You've put a lot of effort into that, to uphold that, to maintain that version of you. And that is exactly what has created the attachment to that previous version of you. That time, though, is an illusion. That in and of itself is something that most people wouldn't like to hear. They'd like to believe that I have actually put so much time into this, and that is exactly why I shouldn't let go of it. Well, what if that all was an illusion? What if time is something totally different, something non-linear, something that we can't really grasp? What if you get to choose your timeline right now beyond the kind of timeline you're on now? What if you can allow yourself to upset your previous self? I have upset my previous self several times over in my life. I know how and why and when all of this was for. I totally know that it takes a tremendous amount of bravery and courage to make the leap from someone to someone else. My previous self, and I've had many previous selves. They probably wouldn't think that I'd be where I am now, having done what I have done now, having embodied what I've begun embodying now. They probably wouldn't believe that I lived this way, because as a perfectionist, I was incredibly good at follow through with every single rule that I set for myself. I never stepped outside the borders or the lines. I always did what I thought that I should do, And so I got the grades. I did really well in school, and I was on this journey to, becoming something, by definition of what society believes is something. Earning lots of money, having a title, being able to answer, so what do you do correctly? Correctly as in by definition, with a definition. I have upset my previous self because I haven't, done exactly what I set out to when I was younger. But that's okay, because I have bloomed beyond perfectionism. I have begun embodying this version of myself that let myself follow my intuition and create and express beyond borders. I get to kind of be in charge of my own time and spend it on people, places, and things that is in alignment with my core values, which is freedom, which is creativity, which is expression, light, connection. And so, yes, I have upset my previous self, and you can do so too. You can allow yourself and give yourself permission to do that. But just know that when you do, you will face resistance. Inner resistance and outer resistance. You'll face resistance from that previous version that you were. You'll also face resistance from people typically that have known you, that previous version of you, but have no clue whatsoever of who you're evolving into. I am more spiritual now than ever. I have gone from being a total atheist to basically knowing God through creation. And I don't say believe in God because I don't believe as in having that kind of belief. I know it. I know source. I know God. I know this divine connection because I have channeled it. I have felt it. I have let myself be guided by it. And it's led me places and to people and to circumstances that I could never have done just with my own soul power, if that makes sense. I know that everything's connected, and so I have evolved, and that previous version of myself would never have expected that this is where I'm now. This is me now. But who are you, really? Because you see, you get to pull the strings of your character. You truly do. Your mind is your limit. You are the limit. The limit is not out there. It's you. It's you. So upset your previous self. Happily. Do it. See where it will take you. Get curious about that. Get curious about this light sunflower and bloomer within you that is there to flourish, express, and bloom in its own time and place. Within the Bloom Beyond tribe, you get support and coaching to actually then transition from your previous version of yourself that's maybe caught in perfectionistic tendencies of shoulding all over yourself, of what you should do, to actually prioritizing what you could do, what you choose to do, what you would like to do, and embodying and expressing and creating from that place. You can go to bloombeyond.com/tribe to apply to join our wonderful tribe with me, my team, and also the wonderful sunflowers, which are the free guests, and bloomers, which are the paid clients of our Bloom Beyond Perfectionism program and Bloom Beyond Mastermind as well. Yearly commitments for, long-term growth and for long-term people who'd like to see long-term change and transformation, and being able to overcome perfectionism and create a life and business of freedom. So I hope to see you on the other side. Go to bloombeyond.com/apply and stay bright, brave, and balanced.